Growing up as a YouTube fan, I always wanted to start my own channel.
Hello, this is Lamp3996. Hello, this is Lamp3996. Hello, this is Lamp3996.
Being able to share your experiences with others or learn from other people's experiences on products that they were purchasing, skills you want to learn, or even learning to be like the people that you look up to. YouTube always had it all. Now, because of YouTube, we are now more informed and misinformed than ever. And honestly, I always thought about myself kind of posting videos being a bit more of an interesting perspective because I'm just a regular guy. I grew up with my parents, went away for university, and now moved back in with my parents as I work a full-time job. And I always felt like I could share my perspective on self-improvement because I'm somebody who's always tried to be a little bit more fit, trying to lose weight, and just trying to build better habits overall as a whole. What better person than just an average guy? I figured I would go ahead and share some of those experiences and hopefully one day make some money off of it. I'm just being real here, guys. So I signed up for Ali Abdaal's 7 video challenge where I paid money, good money, to watch somebody teach me how to make videos. And if I were to go ahead and complete all 7 videos, I would receive a full refund. So nothing like a good challenge. And honestly, I thought that was a really interesting incentive model to actually start making some videos and actually put myself out there. And I definitely learned a thing or two about myself while doing so. So this is going to be my 7th video talking about my experience, about what I went into it feeling like, what I learned from the challenge, and what I wish I knew a little bit sooner. How I felt at the beginning versus how I feel now. First off, I can't believe how long it took me to film myself because it was something I always wanted to do. Even if it was just to share my experience with a new product, a habit I was trying to implement, or generally sharing knowledge that has helped me in the course of my life. But I do know why I hadn't done it. It is hard to speak to a camera in a room all alone by yourself. And if you've never actually given it a try, I 10 out of 10 recommend the experience because I learned so much about myself and how comfortable I am in those experiences. And I'll tell you now, I was not comfortable. I definitely have a bit of a script that I'm going off of, but I'm looking straight into a camera lens and I feel a little bit more confident talking to nobody. And I think that has overall helped me out in my day-to-day life where I have to chat with people in large groups at my work, or honestly just feeling like I can speak up in situations where I feel uncomfortable. Because I've almost stress tested myself and flexed the uncomfortable muscle of talking to a camera in a room all alone. And I swear it's harder than talking to people sometimes. If you're a YouTube fan like me, after even just creating 2 or 3 videos, you respect the hell out of people who do this on a day-to-day basis for their own living, because it is one hell of a job to not only keep the energy high when you're talking to a camera, but to script the idea, to actually write everything down, come up with a thumbnail and a title for a video, and let alone editing it. Oh my God. So the second question that I have here is, what was the biggest challenge that I faced and how did I overcome it? So I felt that one of the biggest challenges that I faced during this was learning how to edit and giving myself the proper amount of time to edit a video. Editing had to be one of the hardest things I've ever had to learn since I got out of university. And I'm pretty good with technology. You know, being able to actually go ahead and learn how to use a camera, which is just my phone, using a light, having some little accent lights for colors in the background was definitely something hard to learn at first, but with 2 to 3 hours of research, something super simple to do. But I think what happened was I tried to learn a little bit too much about how to edit videos, and I really wanted to go ahead and have the perfect audio, the perfect transitions, objects flying in out of nowhere, placing photos perfectly in the right time so that it would be very subtle and be able to leave the screen very quickly. Doing that made me focus too hard on the skills that weren't necessarily YouTube skills, but were just video editing skills. I didn't learn the confidence to talk to a camera that I should have been learning from the beginning. I was trying to over edit my way out of the problem. And so if I look at the clips that I actually created for my second video, I actually spent over a month, I think, trying to edit that video. I first filmed it And as I was editing it over the span of a week or two, I actually decided to scrap the whole video and refilm it because I was so embarrassed by what I had done. And when I filmed it the second time, I believe it took me around a month to actually finish the editing. And I actually spent a solid amount of time on it. I think over the weekend, I would probably spend maybe 4 or 5 hours on it, trying to just cut out little bits like ums and ahs would be cut out. And it was just so much time that I spent on it. Although I look back on it and it was worth it, I think I could have gotten 80% of the results with 50% less of the time. I think I definitely made a mistake in trying too hard and trying to make myself look like a really fancy YouTuber over editing everything. Now, how I've overcome that a little bit more recently is going to be by just trying to accept that I'm not going to be perfect. So even right now, as I'm talking to the camera, I know that I'm going to trip over my words every once in a while. And maybe I'll even throw in some of those clips into this video at some point. But I know that if I just go ahead and post a video, maybe 40 or 50 people are going to watch it. Maybe one person I know could ever watch it will actually know me. And I shouldn't be embarrassed by it because I'm just trying something new. You know, you would never go ahead and make fun of somebody who, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody to make fun of. If somebody tries a new sport and they suck at it, you're not going to make fun of them. You're going to want to go ahead and help them, give them pointers. Maybe you'll even just feel a little bit of secondhand embarrassment, but you'll never actually say anything to them. And so that's something that I've slowly tried to go ahead and develop over time, is just the confidence to not be confident. I don't know if that's a thing. The confidence to not be perfect is probably a better wording for it. I think the more that you're able to put yourself out there, even when I was filming myself out in public during a vlog in the gym, I even ended up taking a microphone and talking to myself while I was at the gym. It's definitely flexed that muscle that I was talking about earlier of just putting myself in more uncomfortable positions and being comfortable doing it. And doing something like that has really made me feel like I can overcome a lot of different, not anxieties, but just challenges in life. Because if it's hard, it means that I'm actually going to be growing to a degree. I'm sure somebody's quoted that. I forget where it's from. So what was my favorite video to make and why? Quality wise was definitely my second video that I spent tens of not hundreds of hours, but tens of hours editing. And looking at the final product, it was definitely really cool. But I think that the most fun I had making a video was my Greg Doucette and Hussein Farhat drama reaction video. It had been something that was stirring up in the fitness community and that everybody was waiting for some big reveal. And when the video dropped, I was excited to just watch the video for myself. And I figured I would just record the video, my reaction, and what my thoughts were on it in the moment. And it just felt like a really raw, emotional video. And I had a really cool microphone set up for it, and I sounded like a crazy radio host. And I just thought it was a really cool experience because from watching that video to maybe 3 hours later, I had actually posted the video. And it was the one I spent the least amount of time working on. Not to say that I didn't like working on videos, but it just felt like the first time that I was able to fluidly communicate what I had imagined in my head into a screen and editing all of that to make it nice and fluid. It was definitely the most fun I had making a video. I think a close second was definitely the vlog because at that point I had filmed myself so much that I had a lot more confidence, and also just taking videos of myself at the gym and talking to the camera while I was driving. It felt like I was just kind of chilling with the homies. So I just thought it was like a really good one. I think the one thing that I really liked about the vlog video was that it almost felt like I had a camera crew following me around, and that was almost motivational to go ahead and make the right decision that day and to almost do the right thing because I had eyes on me, even though it was just me recording myself on my phone. I enjoyed it so much that the next day I actually filmed a vlog where I brought my actual microphone with me and, like I said, talked into it. I think I'll probably post that video at some point, but I had to post this one first to make sure I completed the challenge. What are some skills that I've improved and that I want to continue to work on? I would say being able to speak to the camera in a moment's notice is a skill that I want to continue to work on. And speaking to a camera at any moment, oh my God. Doing so has made me feel like I'm able to actually improve my communication skills as a whole, and that I'm able to better iterate what is going on in my mind and actually bringing it to life. Quite literally, being able to talk to this camera right now without having any sort of text in front of me is something that has really been able to change over the course of this challenge, because I was relying a lot on reading off a script, and when I did that, it felt very unnatural. And now that I'm able to go ahead and just talk to the camera and be myself, I think that the more and more that I do it, the more I will continue to actually feel like I am talking like myself. I remember sharing the video that I had first created with my girlfriend, and she was wondering why the hell I was talking in such a professional manner. Even the word manner, like I talk like I'm talking to like at my work. And I think it's just a matter of time where the more you speak to the camera, the more comfortable you get and you can be yourself. And so what are my plans moving forward with my YouTube channel? In my first video, I had stated that I wanted my YouTube channel to be all about weight loss and helping people out on their fitness journeys. And I definitely want it to be that, but I think there's more to life than just losing weight or gaining weight or improving your physique, because an hour a day or 2 hours a day of your workout is one thing, but it's also about what you do in between there that is really important to life overall. I don't know exactly what exactly I'm going to be posting, but I know it's going to be somewhat related to just self-improvement as a whole. The other things that I really wanted to dedicate some time to besides these YouTube videos was actually going to be just starting to do some reading. I actually just went ahead and picked up some books. I've never actually watched Lord of the Rings by any means, but I figured I'd actually go ahead and try my luck here and see how it goes. I'd been watching Game of Thrones, and that quickly became my favorite TV show that I've ever seen. And so I wanted to give myself a break from the books and actually give myself a chance to learn a little bit more about Lord of the Rings, because I heard it's one of the best book series. And I even got a little Kobo here. That has been amazing to be able to locally save some books to. Maybe I can even make a video about that and how you can locally save books onto this without having to buy a ton of books through a bookstore. I'm just saying, their books are expensive. I think that'll be everything for now. I definitely made this video in a little bit of a rush because I have 2 days until my refund can't be refunded to me. I think just making this video has definitely already contributed more towards my goal of sounding a bit more natural on camera and also not chasing perfection. I think that was one of the biggest themes throughout this whole period of time I had to make these videos, and a lot of things that stopped me was just trying to chase perfection, and it stopped me from letting me be myself. And if you're somebody who's interested in making any sort of YouTube videos, I would tell you to really, really try hard to be yourself on camera and to not care what anybody else might think of you. It's something that's really difficult for me to do because I care a lot about what people have to think about me in real life. I probably would care about what they have to think about me online as well, but I just think that overall, the more you can put yourself out there and develop your skills to become a better person, the more you'll be happy with yourself. And I think that's what matters the most. And I think that sounded really sappy, but that was actually me. I swear to God, that was me. And I'll take credit wherever I can get it. But thank you so much for watching. If you've seen any of my other videos, I appreciate you. If you haven't seen any of them, doesn't matter to me. I might still appreciate you, but I'll judge you a little bit more. I hope you're having a great day or a great night, and best of luck with whatever challenge you have in life right now. I'll see you later.